Katie, it is definitely Thursday. And Niall has been working his magic yet again. He is just special. He is unbelievable. He really is. Today we're going abroad, and again, I know every month I do talk about the Americans and the Japanese that's coming in, but it just never ceases to amaze me the different stuff.
Yeah.
Every month you sort of think, I'm not saying that you've seen it all, but there's just so much different stuff comes in every month, and it really is it's exceptional. It really is exceptional. One of the biggest competitions I think that Irish whiskey has is this.
Okay.
Is American whiskey. I mean, they're adding. I mean, we think we're growing at a phenomenal rate by growing our distilleries.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen some mad statistics. I won't quote them because I don't know if they were true. But it was something like they were adding sort of nearly like 1,000 distilleries a year in America. Something just bananas, some bananas figure. Because they have everything from little small distilleries, in-house distilleries, to, you know, behemoths that are just churning out stuff. You've got a few places. You've got like Frankfort in Claremont in Kentucky. I mean, the distilleries there just are the town. I mean, the towns are built around them. Jack Daniels, where Jack Daniels is distilled, the town is built around it. I mean, these things are just monsters, and yet you've the small new distilleries, and then you've got the Irish lads going over and having an impact over there. So you've got Brian Nation now with O'Shaughnessy's. You've got Noel Sweeney, who's having a huge impact in America because a lot of people want to talk to the Irish. They see the growth and the success of Irish whiskey, and they want to talk to them. Darryl McNally with Whistlepig as well. So a lot of the big American brands were not going under the radar with them, and so they've also got the budget. So that's why I said yesterday, you know, for the Connacht Distillery, 20 million. It's a gateway for one of the big American brands to get into Ireland. But as I say, touching on the American that we have in this month's auction, so you've got something like the Wild Kentuckies, the Wild Turkeys from Kentucky, Turkey in Kentucky, Turkeys in Kentucky.
Yeah.
The sound effect you done just like a turkey. Some of these are travel retail, so there's a travel retail exclusive limited edition. Father and son, the two master distillers, Jimmy and Eddie Russell. So this was their choice again. Jimmy and Eddie are both signed on the Kentucky Spirit one as well, whereas Eddie is signed on the general bourbon whiskey release as well. So Wild Turkey, the lads, Jimmy Russell is a legend in the bourbon whiskey world, a huge name over there. So he's his son is taking over and is ruling the road. Bit like not many people know that with Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels himself, his family have continued the name all the way down through it because they've continued the distilling and all that sort of stuff as well. Whiskey there for you, Katie. Old Crow. And then there's Old Grandad.
Sinead, don't laugh. I can see it, Sinead. Don't laugh.
Don't humour him. Don't encourage him. Old Crow. I've seen that a few times. It's the first time I've actually probably paid attention to bottles. I know some of the Old Crow bottles, the old Crow bottles, are extremely valuable. Yeah. Extremely. I mean, I know bourbon collectors go mad for them. Bourbon collectors seem to take it to a whole new level in chasing bottles of whiskey. I mean, what they'll pay for bottles, for pappies. Is it Unicorn Auctions? I think I was looking at. There's a big one in America, and they just like within 6 months they were just massive. Yeah, because the demand out there, and because they were the first ones that seemed to navigate the state licensing or the state legislations and all that sort of stuff. Rittenhouse Rye whiskey is getting very popular within Ireland, but they've been doing it a fair wee while in America. You've got your old cowboys drinking their straight rye whiskey, and that is one of them from Rittenhouse. And then Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace is part of the monster that is Sazerac. I wonder, are they going to do something over in Sligo and they're going to call it Frisian Trace?
I doubt that very much.
You know, just for the crack. You know. Or sort of black and white cow trace or something like that. You know, just for the crack. Elijah Craig, that's a barrel proof. The reason I threw that up there, barrel proof, 120 proof. It's the small batch one. And then Blantons. As we do every month, we seem to have a fair few of the Blantons. And again, it never ceases to amaze me that we ship most of them back to America. That's the gold edition as well. So that's one of the sought after ones. On the shelf below, we have Japanese whiskey. And as I say, these are one of the other threats that I see to Irish whiskey growing, because they're now rushing to backfill the demand that they've had. The demand that the huge Suntories, the Nikas and all that sort of stuff have had, and now they're just working hand over fist to try and buy whiskey wherever they can, to put it in a bottle, stick a Japanese name on it and lash it out the door. I know they have that gentleman's agreement. It's not legislation. They don't have to comply with it. Okay. It's just a gentleman's agreement between the brands that they won't call it Japanese whiskey if it's not distilled and bottled and matured in Japan. But I don't think it's going to stop some of the brands. I think they're just going to lash the stuff out.
Sure, why not?
Here's one. That's a single malt whiskey in a beer bottle. I can only describe it as a beer bottle. It does look like a beer bottle. 50 cl bottle, and that is Le Whiskey's du Monde Fujikai. I would love to know, does the writing on the front tell you what it is if you could read Japanese? Yamazakura and Snooki. Hey, Snooki. Later on, baby. Nika Pot Still, that's the decanter. You like them. They've come up a few times in auctions.
Yes.
You like them. Every time you bid on one,
somebody outbids me.
Yes. So
all the time. Leave
Katie alone. Stop bidding against her.
No, if they want it, they can have it.
You tell them, Katie. Don't put your foot down, Katie. Don't let them bully you around. Bid against them.
Apparently, it's not good business practice to tell people not to buy stuff on the auction.
All right, buy stuff on the auction. Buy stuff on the auction. Buy. Suntory. We've seen a fair few of these different presentations. They just seem to pop up from time to time. Suntory Old Whiskey. This one's with two little tumbler glasses.
He's usually dressed in armour.
He's usually got a fancy dress on.
Yep.
And then the Essence from Suntory is a different one as well. Haven't seen this before.
No.
This is a Cheetah Distillery, bottled in 2020, Sakura cask finish blend. So whatever a Sakura happens to be,
Cherry blossom.
It's a cherry blossom. There you go. Sinead, again, she comes out with the stuff. Brilliant. You did do your homework on this one. This is the Portopia 81. So Portopia they had a man-made island built off the coast of Japan, in Kobe, and it was a sort of big world fair thing that was done. And how many brands did you say was involved?
It was 8 Japanese companies.
8 Japanese exhibiting at it, and Suntory produced this. I think it is mental.
It is mental.
It is absolutely mental. I mean, look at it. I mean, again, it's fair and substantial.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's like, it's significant. And then it comes in the presentation box with the lovely shiny stuff that's in there. It has got its seal on it as well. It's there. The seal is intact on it as well. So it's a nice one to get. I think that's a cool presentation. And anybody who is into their Japanese whiskey, I'm sure would love to have something like that. There's a wee instruction manual, obviously it being Japanese, on how to put the thing together. So that's it. Again, look, we love it. We love to see the different stuff coming in every month. It is fantastic. That's the first one for me in the shape of a big anchor. But there is plenty of other stuff. I mean, the most exciting that we ever got was
Michael Collins.
You know, we got the big fella.
The big fella.
They get an anchor, and they get pot stills, and they get all these mad things. We get the big fella, which most bars don't like because it can't go too tall, can't go on bar backs. Dead on. We're Irish. We'll do it that way. Will not be told. Yeah. So that's it. Tomorrow is go day. Tomorrow is Friday, and we are live. As I say, the room is coming really into shape. Niall works miracles down here every month, putting everything in numerical order, so then when the auction ends, we can literally walk in the door and lay our hands in it instantly. So it's a lot of work, but it pays dividends at the end of the auction, where we can get our packing and everything done quickly.
There's a bottle up there with a pear in it.
There's a bottle up there and a pear William.
With a pear.
Yeah, yeah, pear William. Yeah. We had something like that before. If I'm not mistaken, I think something like the pear is actually grown in the bottle.
Yeah, I think it's something like
I've seen something like that before. And
It's attached to the tree.
It's attached to the tree, and you sort of go, like, why you're driving past and you go, why are they growing bottles on trees? You know, I thought they made the damn things, but yeah, there you go. That'd be one of them.
Sorry for
so obviously that's it. Yeah, obviously that's.
It just caught me eye.
Some lunatic in Europe thought, listen, I have an idea.
Sure, why not? They put scorpions
How
in
can we
everything else
shove the bottle? Yeah, but you can shove the scorpion into it. I mean, you can't shove a pear into it, cut it up and put it back together when it's inside like a big jigsaw.
Shipbuilding.
Shit building.
Ship.
Ship building. Ship building. Inside a bottle.
Yeah, people do it.
People put too much fucking time in my ass. Right, that'll do.
Okay,
we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.